All right. It'll work. JJ, it's working. I'm gonna bring you on. Bring JJ on camera.
Hello.
Success.
We got it working.
I think we're on the page too. Do you think?
I hope so. We should be.
I hope so too. If not, that's okay. I think we'll be good. So, you guys, this is Jamie with Milk Allergy Mom. We have a special guest on tonight for one of our live interviews. We haven't done one of these for a while, so I'm excited to get back in the saddle. And I know that our moms like us to move right along. So I want to introduce our friend JJ here. And JJ, I'm just going to let you take it away. Let them know why you need to be in the Milk Allergy Mom group. Obviously, you're not a mom. But what is the cool project that you are working on for the food allergy community?
No, I'm not a mom. Would
Nope.
be here and where I am today were it not for a conglomerate of milk allergy moms over the past 20 years, one in particular mine. So I've lived with milk and nut allergies my entire life since birth. And throughout middle and high, I still haven't outgrown it. I'm still dealing with it. I'm a junior in college now. I'm in my 20th year. Throughout middle and high school, obviously, when you have a food allergy, and everyone in this group will know this, how important is it for a child with a food allergy to be 100% aware of their allergens? Especially when I was in elementary school, I would almost immediately after introducing myself and saying, "Hi, I'm JJ," within the minute, I can't drink milk, I can't eat nuts. It's essential. It's essential to be safe. What we found and what I found is that kind of formed a shell around me throughout middle school, throughout high school, always identifying by what you cannot do. I cannot drink milk, I cannot eat nuts. It's essential to be safe, but what are the long-term emotional, psychological consequences of always defining yourself by what you cannot do? So I developed the concept of the land of not. In the land of not, you are who you are not. In the land of not, I would introduce myself as not Michael or Noah or Will or Cole or Ben. How ridiculous is it? We all have a million things that we cannot do. It's important to be aware of what you can't do, but you must not define yourself by what you cannot do. You must not live in the land of not. You must live in the land of can. So that's the project that I'm working on right now with food allergies, is the idea of the land of can. To live in the land of can, it's essential to still be aware of what you cannot do, to still be aware, no, I can't drink milk, I can't eat nuts. If I do, I'll be very sick and I'll go to the hospital. But don't define your life, don't define your experience by what you cannot do. Define your experience by what you can do, by who you are and who you can be. And the purpose of the land of can, there's a bunch of materials, there's a bunch of facets to it. I'm excited to go into it with you. But the main mission, the main purpose of the Land of Can is to empower young people, especially young people with food allergies, to be who they are, to be who they can be.
JJ, I love it. I know our moms love it. We need to see lots of hearts and likes because I know they're just like, oh my gosh, yes. We have a lot of readers who are new food allergy moms and their children are young and they're just trying to figure out if they don't have this whole outgrow thing sooner than later, what does the big picture look like? And it is so invaluable to hear your perspective. I just am absolutely just floored that as a college student, this is not something I would have been working on as a college student. So I know this is in addition to the studies that you're doing. You just, like me, you just have something that is your life and you can't help but make it something that can help other people. And you are doing something very unique that I cannot wait for my kid to see. I don't have my hands on the products yet, but I know that it's going, just the sounds of it is so cool. So I want to know what the materials are. How does this whole concept play out?
Absolutely.
And I want to let everybody too know, we wanted to get into it so fast because we were behind tonight, but we are going to do a giveaway at the end. Yep. So stay tuned and we are going to have part of this as something that you can win. And so, JJ, let me know what the materials are on how our kids can learn about how important it is to know what they can do and not just what they can't do.
Absolutely.
Or can't eat.
The whole thing started with a children's book, and this is actually going to be the subject of the giveaway, is a children's book that I wrote called The Land of Not. And The Land of Not forms a basis for the entire idea of you can live in the land of not, or you can live in the land of can. So we have a children's book, and then that spawned the idea of thelandofcan.com. So that's what the focus is right now. www.thelandofcan.com serves as my daily blog. It's a resource for, in the short term, families with food allergies, very much like what the Milk Allergy Mom Group is accomplishing. It's not only my thoughts and my I guess just daily consciousness. It's a lot of reflections of, I've lived with this allergy for 20 years. I listened to my parents' perspective on different challenges of raising me. My day-to-day in college, what is it like to have a food allergic lifestyle when you're 8 versus when you're 18? And another aspect of the site that really excites me is that even though the focus is on food allergies, the idea of identifying by what you can do, you have lessons that you can learn on that front from so many people, even people beyond the food allergic community. So one of the things that we're doing on the site is we are featuring and interviewing people who live in the land of can. We call them can openers. They open the door to the land of can for other people. And these are simply people who live positively, simply people who either live positively themselves, enable others to live positively, enable others to define themselves by who they are and who they can be instead of by who they're not. The site is young. The site is a month old, but it's been a lot of fun producing this daily content, churning some stuff out, and then the site is linked to an Instagram page at the Land of Can, Twitter at the Land of Can, and then we have a Facebook page as well that we're getting off the ground. And yes,
awesome.
In addition to studies, it's a lot, but you said it. It's rewarding. It's rewarding as it can possibly be.
Well, I know that our crew is going to love meeting you, so I hope that you'll have lots more visitors to your website soon. You and I connected before you had even gotten your website going and everything was kind of not done yet, and you said, wait a second, let's do the interview after it's all going.
Yes.
So of course a month in, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it, this is important. So one thing that you told me when we talked earlier was how you're actually working with, is this right? Did I not understand right? Are you still going to be doing some projects with like doctors' offices and things like that? Or is that something you want to talk about, or do you want to stick to just more the personalized?
Absolutely. That's a whole other front. That's a whole other front to what it is that I'm trying to implement here. So for food allergic families specifically, on the consumer front, the children's book and the website serve as the resource for what they can bring into their homes. In addition to that, we've been working with pediatricians' offices, allergist offices, and elementary schools to implement the Land of Can in these different institutions. Your pediatrician's office, your allergist's office, your child's elementary school can stake its ground in the Land of Can. And I spent the entirety of last summer and the majority of this school year working with professionals here at the University of Pennsylvania community and beyond, experts in leadership, in positive psychology, in the medical and the allergy community, to develop resources that will be helpful to a child trying to get to the Land of Can. That research also forms the platform really for a lot of the stuff that I'm putting into the website. I'm no expert. The only perspective I can bring is someone who's been immersed in this community since we received the fan newsletter in the late 90s, and seeing this community grow and growing with it. So in a doctor's office, for example, up on the wall, you can have posted a huge banner wall map of the Land of Can. And on that banner wall map of the Land of Can, children who come into the waiting room can fill out a sticker that says, I am Jack, I can play baseball. And then that sticker, put that sticker up on the wall map, put that up, and then that'll be there. Jack just staked his ground as a citizen of Can, a citizen of the Land of Can. We've implemented this in a few offices so far, especially near and dear to me here in Pennsylvania, and the response has just been phenomenal. We found that it's truly helping kids understand, yes, I'm newly diagnosed with something. I'm dealing with something that not everybody has to deal with, and it's essential that I'm healthily aware of that. It's essential that I manage that I acknowledge that. But I am so much more than my setbacks. I'm going to embrace my possibilities instead of just restraining myself to my setbacks.
We love it. And you said that it could even, you started it as a food allergy thing, but now thinking about having it in doctors' offices and schools, it may start encompassing all the different things that are making our kids think that they're being held back, any kind of situation or diagnosis, or it really can be an overall umbrella, right?
Exactly. That's the idea. And especially in something like an elementary school classroom, you know, since food allergies have been on the rise over the past 10, 15 years, I think schools have found it difficult to implement effective allergy awareness programs. The nice thing about doing something like the Land of Can is it allows a school nurse presenting it to a classroom to not just raise awareness about the child with food allergies sitting in row number 4, which is so essential. You need to keep peanuts away from little Johnny, but it allows the classmates to bond with that based on empathy, based on the fact that we all have things that could keep us in the land of not. We all have things that could get us to the land of can. The person sitting next to little Johnny can't hear without his hearing aid. The one on the other side can't breathe without his inhaler. The one on the other side can't see without his glasses. And just so happens Johnny can't eat peanuts or he'll get really sick. But what can that entire row of students do? That's I think the beauty, and that's something that I think is unique about what I'm trying to bring to the table.
We love it, JJ. You're genius. I love how you've been there, you've lived it, and you're coming out as an adult, and you know exactly what our kids need, and we appreciate that. Is there anything that we parents can do to help get it into schools and pediatricians' offices, or is that something you're kind of doing on your own that we don't need to worry about?
Absolutely, and there's more information about this on the website. But if you are interested in getting in implementing the Land of Can or a program like it in your elementary school, in your pediatrician's office, have a discussion with your allergist. Go and have a discussion with the learning facilitating team, the guidance counselor team, your school nurse. And all my contact information is up on the website. I'm absolutely happy to reach out and help get it off the ground and help get it there. But in terms of what parents can continue to do to promote this mindset, it's all, and I don't have to say this to a group like this, a group of advocates already, but inspiring your child to be an advocate and inspiring your child to be healthily aware of the balance between safety and normalcy.
Safety and normalcy, yes. And it's not just about what they can't do, what they can't eat, but there's so much that they can do that makes them them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm going to give them your website when we get done. We'll post it here in this post so they know the website to go to. Now, as a mom, I want your dang book. So are they ready? Can we get them now? Because I don't even have my hands on one yet.
Absolutely. But yeah, the book is, you can purchase it through the website. And I believe in the giveaway that we're doing, I'm going to be able to actually inscribe it to the child who will ultimately be receiving it. So we can do a personalized copy for that.
Yay. So we are going to give one away. And is there an age that you would say the book is good for? Is there an age that we should steer away from, or is it?
Any elementary school child has responded positively to the book. If they're on the younger end, maybe have an adult read it with them. But it's a children's book. But we found that elementary age child from K through 6 have responded positively.
Awesome. So the message is great for elementary age.
Yes.
Great. All right. Well, in the spirit of keeping this short and sweet, and then we're going to hop into the private group, and I was hoping that you would share a little bit more about just your personal experience with food allergies. Tell us a little bit about things your parents did that we could learn from and what college is like. So we're going to do that in just a minute. But before we do that, we want to give one of your books away here inside of the public Milk Allergy Mom page. So what we want you to do to enter to win is comment. And JJ, you had like the best idea ever. The comment needs to be something that.
So
go ahead.
Something that your child with food allergies can do. I want to know something that the child can do. Those will be the entries that we consider.
Well, I don't want to be entered, but I do want to put a comment that my son can play soccer. So I've talked to you about that. He's an awesome little soccer player. And so don't put me in the drawing, but I do want to I want to be part of the community and be part of the camaraderie and saying my child can do something. So we are so excited to meet you. Thanks for dealing with a little bit of the technical difficulties that we had to start. And I know that our group, there's several of our group members here already, letting them know that we're going to hop over into the private group and we'll just chat for another 15 minutes or so and get to know you a little more personally. Is that said right? You're obviously very much smarter than I am. So
in the land of personably is a word. There you go.
Personably? Okay, awesome. We'll look that up while we switch over. And we thank you again for being here so much. I can't wait to give a book away. And I have the deadline as Saturday, April 14th at noon your time. So that is the deadline to enter to win. And we can't wait to see all the wonderful things that these kiddos with food allergies can do.
Perfect. Thank you for what your group is doing.
Thank you so much for doing. We're very pleased to have you here with us. So I will switch on over and we'll have you guys have a great night. See you later.
Bye-bye.